what's good, guys? TheMtVernonkid here, back again. It is time for another comic review for you. And this goes out to all my Daredevil fans out there. I have been reading the current Daredevil, and I will be putting up a review of the first 10 issues of that run real soon. So I will be that. But we're going to do a mini-series that I was waiting to come out on trade, and it is called Daredevil Black Armor. So we are going back to the 90s of DG Chichester's run of Daredevil. Now, I am one of those fans that enjoyed the armor look of Daredevil. This is at a time when Matt pretty much gave up. He basically was like, you know what? I'm tired of kind of trying to live this dual life. His balance of the law is kind of swaying. So he decided to kill off Matt Murdock and be Daredevil, but also be a new Daredevil in a sense, because there were a lot of people that thought this was a new Daredevil in this. So Black Armor is a mini-series. It's a 4-part mini-series that brings back Mr. Chichester to the book. He was the man that did the run of Daredevil back in the 90s. And in this, basically, we see Matt is doing his due diligence in this, still trying to blend in. He's going under a new name called Jack, and people in the neighborhood know him he knows a little bit. He tries to blend his knowledge of criminology, and people kind of call him like he's a con man. But also he's still running as Daredevil, and we see in the first panel we see pretty much we see pretty much Gladiator, the former Gladiator, checking out his and he's like, man, like, I wouldn't expected you to wear this. Like, why is Daredevil wearing armor? That was the big cliche of this book, is like everybody's like, you know, that's armor, like, never thought you would be armor. But in the meantime, people in the neighborhood are starting to disappear, and Matt's starting to suspect some things, and you never will believe who Matt goes up against in this. There is a point in this where he is fighting Hobgoblin, he is fighting Sabretooth in this, which is pretty cool. You know, I love how Mr. Chichester and the artists showcase how deep Matt's super senses are. Like, he could smell it. Like, he could smell like Sabretooth in the air. Like, it's like when he was fighting Sabretooth at one point, he was just like, his anger is just giving off like a sense of dread in the air. It was so cool. You know, like I said, Matt is doing his due diligence. There's a shot where him and Spider-Man are patrolling together, and Spidey knows it's Matt, but he's kind of playing it off, you know, and he even says it, you know, he's like, well, you know, the old Daredevil was, you're new, so, and then, you know, he was my friend, and, you know, he says to Peter, he's like, can I be your friend? He's like, well, one step at a time. You know, a lot of people are really thinking that this is not Matt, and more people are starting to disappear. They're getting kidnapped, and we start to see why. And then at one point, Matt himself, or as Jack, as he calls it, he gets kidnapped. And throughout the issues, we also see like backstories of when Matt was with his dad battling Jack Murdock, and you know, him, you know, wanting to fight again, but the fight gym owner and promoter is like, look, we just want you to train these new up-and-coming fighters, and wow, Jack is teaching these new fighters how to strike and throw punches and counter strike. You see Matt like hearing it and mimicking it in a sense, and it was actually pretty cool to see that. The artwork in this was really good. I want to make sure I give a shout out to the artist, Natho Diaz. He did a really good job with the artwork in this. I really enjoyed that. I don't want to spoil too much in terms of who the main antagonists are, but what I will say is I will give you kind of a description. He is bald, I will say that. He carries a energized fist, and he's basically considered the head of one of Marvel's high-ranking terrorist organizations. I'll just put it like that. But we see he is using these people to basically be cannon fodder in his underground circuit, in a sense, the way I would put it. But we see Matt fighting, like I say, he's fighting Hobgoblin. There's a point in time he has a little trouble with Hobgoblin, because Hobgoblin is using the glider, so he can't really kind of sense. There's points in the air, like the air follicles are blocking his senses, so he can't really, his radar can't really pick up on where he's coming from, things like that. His fight with Sabretooth was fun, but there are other characters in here. This certain character also kidnaps and takes hostage another known villain, and his people. Wink. I'm kind of giving clues to who this character is, and let's just say he's a man, and he's kind of has these little minions. They begin with an M. There you go. There's also another character in here by the name of Dr. I don't want to spoil that because that might give away who that is. I'll give that away. Dr. Hyde is in this. Mr. Hyde is in this. So, but I won't give away who Matt faces in this. All in all, this was fun. It was really cool to see Mr. Chichester come back to the era of Daredevil that he wrote. Like I said, I love that they played off the whole armor aspect throughout the whole book. That was like the running trope of the book, which was fine to me. But outside of that, I enjoyed this very much. If you are a Daredevil fan, I do recommend this. If you did not mind Daredevil looking like this, you'll be fine. But yeah, it was good. This was fun. It brought it back to the days of 90s Daredevil for me. As you all know, guys, Daredevil is my all-time #2 favorite Marvel hero of all time. So I will always love Daredevil. He's number 2. There's one guy before him, and unfortunately, he will never lose that #1 spot, in my opinion. I think everybody should know who that is. But outside of that, this was fun. I enjoyed it. If you would like to find it, if you can find it in your local comic shop, you're about paying $16, like depending on your taxes. I got this off of, I bought this from my store, Midtown. Got it a little cheaper because I ordered it off of the website and they mailed it to me. So instead of paying $15.99, I think I paid like $14.24. They take a little percentage off when you order online. But outside of that, it was fun. It was a lot of fun indeed. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for listening. I will see you guys next time. Stay tuned. Like I said, guys, I will be delivering a review for the first 10 issues of Daredevil, also giant-sized Daredevil, and things like that. There's going to be more Marvel books coming. I know a lot of people ask me like, what are the DC books? A lot of my DC stuff is in trade, so I buy everything mostly in DC in trade. So the DC reviews are coming. More indie work is coming as well. But I will see you guys next time. Thank you for listening. Deuces.